All right, Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites from the Indianapolis camp of the Great Millstone, and we're here to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh,
Yahweh, Bahashem,
Hashem,
Yahushai,
Yahweh Shai,
Bahashem,
Hashem,
Hakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow occupants who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom. All right, hey, we're just gonna go through a lesson, open forum on the day of the Lord. So we got our first scripture here, and we're just gonna move through the Spirit, Lord willing. All right, this is Isaiah 13:9. It says, "Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it."
Khan, it says, "Behold the day." That's telling you to look, be ready. The day of Yahweh cometh, and that day, as the scriptures say, no man knoweth the day or the hour. Okay, that's that day of judgment where he's coming back to redeem his people and wreak havoc on Babylon the Great. Okay, he says, and it says, with wrath and fierce anger to lay the land desolate. So that dispels that Christian myth that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh is all loving. He loves everybody. No, because he's coming to destroy this land. Okay, and he said, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. And the sinners is pretty much anyone against the law, but specifically it is the nation of Israel, because we were given a law, and sin is transgression of the law. Okay, according to 1 John 3 and 4.
Yeah, hey, that's another thing. What they said, they say in the Christian church, that the Most High hates the sin and not the sinner. Well, it just said, hey, it's the sinners.
I got something real quick.
Okay, who got? Okay, go ahead. Come on back, Hezekiah.
Yep. Just to go just to go back to what he was saying. He was like cruel, both with wrath. That word cruel is disposed to inflict pain or suffering, devoid of humane feelings. So the Lord is not. Yeah. Salaki, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. You got it.
No, it says, so the Lord is not sparing your feelings, in this day of his return. So he's coming to bring forth judgment or reward to those who are doing the will of the Father, who's keeping the commandments to the best of their ability, and those who are who are not keeping the commandments, who are siding with Esau, Edom. A destruction of pain, suffering is going to come about. So lucky about that, bro.
Right, that's right. Go ahead, Hezekiah.
This is Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble." And the day,
he says, "Behold, it shall burn as an oven." Okay, and that's not talking about these rated ovens that we have in these kitchens today. That's talking about the ones days are old. They got 4 or 5 times hotter than the ones we have here. All right, and he says, and he said, "Will burn as an oven, and all the proud and all the those that do wickedly shall be stubble." And who's the most proudest? Esau, Edom, and he's also known as the wicked. And our 2/3 of our people are wicked as well too.
Yep. Hey, because the days of the oven is what? Them nukes, man. The nukes come through and obliterate, man, and lay this land desolate, man. All right, that's the days to burn as an oven, man. So you can imagine putting yourself in an oven. Well, that's gonna be with these nukes. It's gonna be way worse, man. These people are gonna be melted, man.
I had some real quick to add to the nuke, like you just said. I just looked up, how hot is a nuke in Fahrenheit. They say the initial fireball, within a few tenths of a millionth of a second after detonation, the center of the warhead will reach a temperature of roughly 200 million degrees Fahrenheit, or about 4 to 5 times the temperature at the center of the sun.
That's scorched.
Yeah, that's complete desolation, man. That's why Yahweh. no stone shall be turned upon another, man. This because them nukes, man, when they finally go off, man, it's gonna obliterate everything, man.
Precept.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have one. And go ahead.
I had a little more to.
Oh yeah, look,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. It say second half of Malachi 4:1. In the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashah of hosts, that it shall leave neither root nor branch.
Khan, it says shall neither leave root or branch. That means it has no other chance of ever coming forth again, springing forth out of the earth, growing. Anything doesn't have a chance to grow, you know, if it does not leave a root or branch. Okay.
That's right. Yep. That means what? All the works that they're in are gonna be burned totally up, man. Everything, man. Done for. Yep. Go ahead, Amwan.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Khan, that's that plague. Those plagues are those nukes, ICBM missiles. You know, as part of all the other plagues. That's the major plague that's going to come in that judgment day, along with those concentrated laser beams. All right. He says they're the ones who have fought against Jerusalem, which is all of our enemies. Okay, the ones who have come against us. He says their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in the holes in their eyes. So you're going to pretty much evaporate. Okay, with that amount of heat, you know, you're going to evaporate. And we know the human body, you know, the muscle tissue is 75% water. So that's going to be quick. All right.
Yep.
Real quick. And it says it's going to consume right where you stand. Okay. Just if you remember that scene at the end of Terminator where Sarah Connor was holding on to the fence and that nuke blew up, you know, she was still screaming, but was a skeleton.
Yep. That's right. That's right.
Precept after
We know.
I'm on where you going?
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, Urami, and then Tezekiah.
God, this is a quick one just to back up what you had something you had mentioned, Nathan. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and 10. It said chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat." And so like it says, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
God, it says it comes as a thief in the night. Again, it's like we were saying earlier, you know, you don't know when the thief is coming to rob you. If you knew when he was coming, you know, you take extra security, extra measures to make sure he didn't rob you. But just like the scriptures say, Yahweh Shah said, no man knoweth the day nor the hour, nor do the angels, only do his Father in heaven knows that time, okay? And he says the heavens will pass away with a great noise. That's the explosion of those missiles, okay? All those warheads. It says the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And we know, you know, that is the base building block of everything, the elements, okay? If those melt away with fervent heat, that means it's nothing. It's just like it never existed, okay? Yep. And it says the earth also and the works therein shall be burnt up, you know, and that earth, wherever those nuclear missiles hit, you know, especially Babylon the Great, everything's going to be burned up and all the work. So everything that this proud nation stands on, saying that they built stuff and it was really Jake, you know, it's going to be destroyed, okay, burned up, complete nothing. As you stated earlier, no stone unturned. You want to grab that?
No, one stone left upon
another. Not stone left upon another. So that's going to be flattened, okay? Nothing exists. Dust.
Just want to add something real quick, too. But, hey, you know, hey, the men of the Lord, they're not going to be taken as a thief like the rest of this world, man, because why? We're paying attention. We're being on our watch. You know what I mean? Yeah, we don't, like the brother brought up, we don't know the exact time, but we know through what? The signs and time, the prophecies, we know what's going to happen by that. You know, that's how we know through the spirit of Yahweh Shah right now that, hey, we are at the very end. Why? Based off the prophecies and the scripture that he has written. that he has set up for us to follow, you know.
God, to your point, he told us to, the things were written aforetime for our learning, okay, so that
That's
we
right.
may have comfort. Just roughly paraphrasing Romans 15:4. Then after that, with those things that were written aforetime, he also told us in 2 Ezra 9 to measure the times diligently, okay,
That's
knowing
right.
when these things will come, knowing those signs. And when those things will come, we know that the end is manifest. And we're at that point right now.
That's right. You done, you Romeo?
I got that precept he called.
Go ahead real quick, and then we'll get to Hezekiah.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 2. It says, "And Yahushua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down."
So that's pretty much utter destruction. It's going to be flattened, okay? No stone on top of another. That's flat, okay?
Yep. There will be no rebuilding back of what's been destroyed.
Yep, that's like the brother said in the previous precept, Malachi 4:1. No root or branch. Nothing will have the chance to come back, to grow back.
That's right. Go ahead, Hezekiah.
This is Zephaniah. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 14. The great day of Yahweh Shai is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh Shai, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly.
It said that the great day of Yahweh is near, and how do we know that? Through those signs. We're seeing the chariot sightings, all the different blood moons that have been coming up, all the earthquakes that have been happening. You're seeing that iniquity is abounding. The love of men is waxing cold. Nobody has respect for each other. All these unrighteous decrees, and on top of that, we see the potato chip that's ready. Okay.
Yep.
That's ready. All these are the plagues now. We did a video earlier, about that foul sickness that's coming upon it. All right. So here again, that it said, and even the voice of the day of the Lord, and that's us, the prophets, out on the highways and byways, week in and week out through these video epistles. And we know it's his voice because he says he's spoken by the mouth of the prophets since the beginning. That has not changed. Amos 3:7. The Lord does nothing. He revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. All right. And the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. And that's the strongest, and particularly that's that proud man, the one who's ruling everything right now. He's going to see his kingdom come down quick, as the scripture says, it's going to come to naught within an hour.
And who's that most proud?
Esau, Edom.
Oh my man.
Right. And then also, going into you got the Army Reserve people, the military people here, even the militias and the militarized, police. When they see them things come to pass, especially the missiles, the destruction, and World War III popping off. Like I said, they're gonna be, like I said, they the most proud to take up arms for this treacherous place that Ray Robin military about. So like you said, those proud, hey, I'll die for my country. I'll do this and I'll do that. But when they see these things come to pass, they're not gonna have that same energy. Just like the Lord said, just like the Lord said, they were afraid, but yet there's fight. He gonna put them in the spirit to take on the things that's gonna be coming to pass. So like you said, just ask you, because that's definitely the most proud, especially like Jake, definitely the most proud ones to that ex-military, so forth for so on. We'll never fall. We spend this budget, but in that day, like you said, man, they can cry bigly. They're gonna have that comfort.
Hey, they're gonna be tossing that military veteran hat out the window,
Right. It's verse 15. It says that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness.
So that's pretty much, everybody's looking for that day of the return of the Lord. I think it's going to be all glorious and joyful. No, that's not what the scriptures say. Okay, that's not what's going to happen. It's going to be a day of trouble, a day of distress, a day of wasteness, a day of desolation. Just darkness, destruction, gloominess. It's going to be terrible. As the scriptures say, it's going to be a day that was never seen before any time in history of this world. Okay. All right. No other day of destruction is going to even come close to this. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you were you done, Tezca? Oh, Slocky, go ahead, brother.
You just three more. It's a verse 16, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers.
Go ahead, bro.
So since like you were saying, like the prophets have been sitting here, we the mouthpiece of Yahweh Shemashai, we've been sitting here to give you that warning. This is the warning. This is that love that we are showing via, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemashai. And like I say, a day of trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities, and against the high towers. This being that high mountain, that high city, Babylon the Great, the hammer of the whole entire earth. This is the main, declaration, of whole destruction is coming to comes to this place, and of course, and the rest of the world as well, who will be allotted for destruction. But saying we understand that it's Revelation 18. That's the whole rundown of Babylon the Great. Being destroyed with violence by fire, what I'm saying? So, like how you said, the Lord speak by his being. So this is that alarm you receive. This is that trumpet, right? Because it say sound of the trumpet in the Jerusalem, I believe in Joel 2. You know what I'm saying? So hey, that's what we doing. Saying this is that trumpet that's being blown. This is that warning that's being issued out. But of course, those who are not gonna take heed, hey, they're gonna be left by the wayside. They're gonna get caught up in all these things. They're not gonna have the protection.
And that Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So we're crying aloud to our people.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, if you're not an elect in that day, when these days come, which I'm gonna get these next two verses, if you're not an elect, then you have no chance. What I'm saying? They say, verse 17, and I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against Yahweh by Shemashai, and their dust shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung.
Can somebody get that word, distress?
I got you, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, you knew.
Well, expound on that, brother.
Bring some emphasis.
Right. Yeah. So here in the biblical usage, the distress to bind, be narrow, be in distress, make narrow, cause distress, besieged, be straightened, be bound. It's to suffer distress, to show hostility towards, vex, treat with enmity, vex, harass, a vex or harasser, and then I can let me get it in the
You said to show what to?
It's a to show. Let me see. To show hostility towards.
Hostility, and see here again. That's how Bashem Yahushua. Remember, he said he's going to have a righteous indignation, amongst Esau, Edom, and then he's going to repay the whole earth, all the heathen, for what they did to us. Okay, so and yeah, they're going to see that. You have some more?
Yeah, I got from the Oxford. It says I'm gonna get the noun form and the verb form. The noun says extreme anxiety, sorrow, or pain, and the verb says to cause someone anxiety, sorrow, or pain.
And that's what he's going to do. He's going to cause it. You think, just what we were talking earlier, that moment when he thinks he's going to fill his belly, you're gonna have a problem. Okay. He's gonna bring that wrath upon you.
Right. And to answer your point, bro, now it said that the Lord is gonna cause these things, right? That blows that whole God love everybody and never do wrong by no man. That blows all that out the water.
Out of there.
Just got to make that point, because just like how you spoke about earlier about that day of darkness, the day of distress, say, woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? So, like you said,
I'm actually holding that real quick since you brought it up. Bring it out.
Go ahead.
And then Shaka, you say you got one too?
Yeah, Shaka got, and I got this last one, bro. So go ahead.
I'll bring that out real quick. This is Amos 5:18. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light."
Darkness, not light. So nothing good.
Yep.
Nothing good.
Yep.
And
And
that
then,
woe.
hey,
And that war is destruction.
Mhm.
yep.
That's
Go ahead,
destruction.
Amon, if you want to go
Mostly,
ahead.
that's going towards y'all that say y'all love the Lord. Y'all say y'all think y'all worship the Lord, but y'all doing nothing that He says. All right, primarily your Christian churches. Are y'all like to teach things like these wayward doctrines, saying the law is done away with. God loves everybody. Or, God hates the sin, not the sinner. All right, these are all lies that you are teaching to our people. All right, you ultimately you think you're gonna be you think you're doing the work of the Lord, but you're not. Or you're being deceived. All right, like the scripture said, the deceived and the deceiver are His. All right, so the Lord, He's in control of who believes in the doctrine, who doesn't. All right, so ultimately, y'all that say y'all so-called worship the Lord but doing nothing He says, that scripture is directed towards you, right? Because the righteous men of the Lord are hastening the day Yahweh Shai, because we know what comes, right? Because these Christian churches, right, they want this place to continue forever, whereas the true men of the Lord want the Lord to come back and destroy this place. All right.
Yep. Right. So yeah, so you Christians trying to desire the day of the Lord, man. Like the elder always likes to say, in the mighty clouds of glory. It's not gonna be it ain't gonna be the red carpet, sugar and gumdrops, naked babies flying all through the air. Nah, man. Nuclear missiles, laser beams, people killing each other over a piece of bread. That's what's coming down. That's what's happening. That's why I'll go ahead and read the next verse. Amos 5:19. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him.
So that means no matter where you turn, no matter where you turn, you will not escape the day of the Lord, okay? Unless you are the elect.
That's right.
You will not escape.
God, I had just one more verse.
Got back.
And then, like, just real quick, just to interject, just the thought of judgment, just how we understand how the judgment system, the system works here. When you receive a judgment, you either gonna receive a pardon or you're gonna receive a penalty.
God.
A punishment. You get what I'm saying? So the pastor talk about the judgment day. Well, you're gonna be judged. Whether you're gonna be render for the things that you did that were considered good, or receive the things that you render to you that were evil. You know what I'm saying? So it's, like I said, I don't understand how you just say, well, it's a judgment day, but then the law's done away with. Then you got to ask you what you're gonna be judged by. You're gonna be judged by your good deeds or your wicked deeds. But
Hey,
go ahead, bro.
how you gonna be into terminal damnation in hell and brimstone? For what qualifies you going through that if that's the case, right?
Right. So that's the hypocrisy of them, because they tell you, well, you're gonna go to hell, but damn, you just said everybody good, everybody okay. There's no law. You know what I'm saying? But if there's no law, then there's no reason for anybody to be condemned to hell. But the real reason why you say they be condemned to hell is because what they was doing wickedness. They was doing things that were considered bad. So even in that's a balance. So it's always a balance with your how about Shemal Shah. You're gonna either receive a pardon or a penalty. Lord will we be the elect who gonna receive a pardon, whose sins will not be imputed against them. None of them. Anything from their entire lifetimes, from day one, even to the regeneration up to now, they're gonna be excused. They're gonna receive a pardon. But as far as everybody else, they gonna get punished for all the things they have done. Just I want to quickly interject that, just because it baffles you how the people and our people they just go along and get along, like, yeah, that's right, Pastor, amen. Pastor collection played around, and they not asking these questions because some stuff just don't make sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm just read this last part, Zephaniah 1:18. It says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath.
God, and he said, neither silver nor gold. That goes into Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness shall deliver from death. And that righteousness is elect, stand righteous. But those you won't be able to do a doggone thing with all the money that you have, all the inventions that you have. You will not be able to do a thing with those, because as the Lord says, he declared the end from the beginning. His counsel shall stand. Says he is not a man, he cannot lie. Okay. Mm-hmm. He will not lie. And has he not spoken it, is it not good? All right. Mm-hmm. So he's good on his word. You can believe that.
That's right. It's but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he
The
shall make
whole land.
Mhm.
The whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. What's that fire? That's those nuclear missiles, those concentrated laser beams, and that jealousy, for what you have done to his people, okay, and what the wicked have done to him, made him a jealous God. All right.
Right. It'll say, and like I said, like you said, the emphasis, the whole land,
The whole land.
land mass, right? It's talking about a land mass.
Yeah.
So we understand that the only land mass that's the existence that will not be built back up or come back to pass to be flourishing, like we read earlier, neither no root nor branch, is Babylon the Great.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why we had that. What's that? It's in Zechariah 13. It speaks about 2/3 shall be cut off.
Yep. Con.
2/3. It's talking about a land, which is talking about over here in Babylon the Great.
Con.
This is that land, right? We about to say that down?
Hey, no, yeah, I was to say, and we know through the scriptures, the old Babylon didn't get burned up.
Right.
So what's he talking about?
You see, exactly. It's like I said, it's just simple Google searches. The people, they don't want to do that. They just want to go off and they want to lean onto their own understanding, right? You know what I'm saying? But like you said, we always say, the Lord going to reveal his secrets to his servants, the prophets. So if you're not truthfully serving the Yahweh Shema Shai, you're not going to get the secrets. Even I don't care if you got a PhD in English and literature. If he don't give you this, if he don't give you the spirit, you're not going to understand.
Nope.
Yep.
And you got to humble down to be taught by his men at the end of the day. Because Jake, like I say, man, I woke myself up. I read this, that, and it's Jake that said that not too long ago. Yeah, okay. Saying ain't got a lesson up on this page. But you woke yourself up. But it's go ahead, bro.
Now I was gonna say it's funny he said that because if he woke himself up, he would understand. The scriptures say he exalts himself shall be abased. All right,
right.
And who remains humble will be exalted.
Exactly.
Hey, that's why, real quick, not to get off of too much topic, but same reason why vocab ain't gonna get it. He ain't never gonna get it. I don't care what scholarship program, how much he going trying to look up stuff and blah blah blah. He ain't never gonna get it.
Right.
Yeah. Apostle Tahar told us how to shut him up. Just mention that name. Jonathan Edwards or somebody? he'll stop writing his tracks.
Right.
You got more on that, Tezca?
Yeah, just say, for he shall make even the speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
Yeah, and that goes into what he said. In 1 hour it shall come to naught. That's 1 hour, and that's man. Just think everything that it took, well over 200 years to build is going to come to nothing in 1 hour.
That's right.
Right. So, like you said, getting that land, like say I made mention about Zechariah, because in that say what as it come to pass that they they say, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So just making that point on, we understand that this is an actual landmass that is talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's ultimately talking about what? Babylon the Great, aka America. So so just saying. So he said, just add to that point, that's all I was saying.
Right, brother. Is it good on that?
Yeah, okay, bro. Yeah,
okay, fine. Yeah, go ahead, Shock. Yeah. I know Kanaba got something.
Okay. This is Revelation 18:4. Says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
All right, now this is going into the chariot deliverance. All right, because once the Lord comes back, all right, he's going to tell his people, the elect, all right, the elect of the nation of Israel, come hither. All right, that's when the Lord takes us up into the chariots to shield us from destruction. If somebody could grab Isaiah 26:20.
I got it right here.
There. Oh, you got it? Okay, go ahead.
Yep. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 20, and it reads, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
And that's the Lord Yahweh Bashar, all right, telling us to come into his chariots, because the chariots are the only way that we're even going to survive today. All right, because if we're not in that chariot, all right, we're on the soils of America, it's a done deal. All right.
I had something else for you. In Psalms 91, he says, for Psalms 91, beginning at verse 5, and it reads, "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by the day."
And we know those arrows to be nuclear missiles, right? Because ultimately, when it says, "No, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that fly by day," because the Lord will be at that number. All right, He's going to shield us by way of the chariots. All right, we're not going to get caught up in a nuclear destruction. All right.
Verse 6, "Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday."
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7, "1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee." Verse 8, "Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked."
So ultimately, all of that is going to the destruction of America, Babylon the Great, right? And also the deliverance of the elect of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. Because when the Lord saves his elect, all right, his elect is going to be washed from the chariots, destruction that's going on from that destruction that's going on in America. All right, all the while at the same time being affrighted and praising the names of Yahweh Yahushua at the same time. All right, because the book of Revelation 11 tells us that the remnant will be affrighted, but they still gave glory to the Most High Heaven and His only begotten Son.
I got that right. I'm holding it. I got a preset. So this is to back up the chariots, and then the brother getting into that second verse of it. Anyway, this is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 12. It says, "And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them." So, like the brother was going into, that's us going beaming up into the chariot, all right, for the protection of Yahweh Shemashah, and that's going to be obviously the elect of the nation of Israel. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. In verse 13, what the brother just quoted, "And in the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted, and gave glory to the Most High of heaven."
All right, it says that in the same hour there was a great earthquake, which is going to the nuclear destruction. All right, and the 10th part of the city going to the 10 FEMA zones, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. All right, now that number 7 is a number, it means completion. All right, so when the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashai brings his destruction, all right, it's going to be a complete number of souls on the soils of Babylon, also known as America. All right, they're going to be completely destroyed. All right, it says, "And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High of heaven," because the elect is going to see these things going on. All right, and they're going to be scared. All right, even in the chariots, but at the same time, they're going to be giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yashai, all right, for delivering them out of this destruction.
That's right.
This is y'all done?
Yeah, go ahead, Shaq.
Okay. This is Revelation 18 and 5. It says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities."
All right, because the Lord, he's seen everything. All right, everything y'all done to us in slavery. All right, everything y'all doing to us now. Because ultimately, the Lord, all right, He's put that spirit on you because He's raised you up as a whooping stick, all right, against the children of Israel for our iniquities. All right, so ultimately, the Lord is letting you do all this, towards the children of Israel, because He's letting you bring your wickedness to a full. All right, and then once your wickedness comes to a full, the Lord is gonna turn around and judge your punk ass. All right.
All right.
I got it. I had something really quick.
Go ahead.
You say Psalm chapter 10, verse 11. "He has said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten. He hid his face, he will never see it."
Right, and then that's the nature of Esau. All right, like the scripture in Zechariah chapter 11 tells us, "Whose possessions slay them and hold themselves not guilty." They say, "Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich," because they think because they've been able to benefit, off the children of Israel's affliction, all right, that nothing has happened to them yet. All right, they ultimately and truly believe that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashai is with them, but the Lord's got them in a trick bag because what they don't know is that the Lord is letting their wickedness come to a full, and the Lord is building up a tab on them. So when the Lord rains down that judgment on them, all right, it's going to be completely justified. All right, because Esau, hey man, your receipt, like I said, man, hey, your iniquities have reached the heaven, so your receipt is as long as anybody can imagine. All right,
Wrap around the earth unlimited times.
Yeah. And that's part of what, just to add, that's part of what, like Jeremiah 49 says, "Well, I have made Esau bare." Why? And for the secret parts. Everything all that wickedness you've done, now we have a full running tab of everything you've done. And now you can't hide from your history that you were so proud of in the beginning, you know. Hey, Kanapa, did you say you had a quick one too?
Well, kind of. Well, I don't know. I do have one though. If you had something, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. Yeah, some Hezekiah finished.
No, I say, well, I was wondering if Shockey was done. You know, I know.
I know Shockey's got more to do. I thought I heard like a 911 situation.
Oh no, that was because bro was talking about how they think how they did these things. They think that they can get away with it, whatever. So yeah, that's
that was a good one. No, that was right on point. Go ahead, Shockey.
This is Revelation 18:6. It says, "Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she had filled."
So what's that?
Are you? So ultimately,
yeah, go ahead.
Like Scripture say, rewarded to her double. All right, so everything Esau, Edom, so-called white man has done to us, the children of Israel, we're going to reward it to them double. All right, now we're going to do it in righteousness. All right, we're not going to do none of that homo stuff, none of that flaming mo stuff. All right, like y'all did to our men back in the slavery, buck breaking our men. Buck breaking our men. We're not going to do none of that. All right, we're going to rule by righteousness and according to the law. All right, it says in the cup which she had filled to her double. So also know that this cup that Esau Edom is going to partake in is a cup of slavery, a cup of affliction. All right, now pursuing to Deuteronomy 30:7. All right, the curses that were once upon us are going to fall upon you. And when you go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 15 on down, all right, one of the curses is that we will serve our enemies. Right now, Esau Edom being our main enemies, all right, we have to serve them. All right, now when the Lord flips those curses upon our enemies, all right, they're going to have to serve us. All right, and on top of that, we're going to have spiritual power to rule over you. All right, like the Lord said, he that overcometh him, I will give power over the nations to rule over them with a rod of iron, roughly paraphrasing. So it ain't going to be no easy thing for you because you got 1,000 years to do it too.
That's right.
Kind of good precept.
I got a quick precept too. Go ahead to back up a point. Go ahead, Barzala, if you got something.
Okay. This is going into us ruling over them. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, beginning at verse 1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Right, because the scriptures also say, like the scriptures say in Malachi chapter 3, verse 6, "For I am the Lord, I change not, therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed." So ultimately, the love and mercy that Yahweh Bashim Yahshai has for the nation of Israel will always be there. But because of our iniquities, all right, we're in the position that we're in the lowest state. All right, now a true father who loves his son, he's gonna chasten and punish their son for their wrongdoings. All right, because ultimately, like the scriptures say, we suffer because of our sins. All right, so the Lord is just correcting us. All right, because of what we did in the past, so we'll learn not to do it again. All right.
Okay. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
And those strangers were us at one point, all right, because there was a point in time where we didn't know the names of our true power, all right. We didn't have the names of Yahweh Yahushua. We didn't have this truth. We didn't have our heritage, all right. We labeled ourselves as Black, African American, all these other names except for Israelites, all right. So once the Lord brought us back into this truth, all right, we received our heritage. But before that, we were strangers, all right.
And that strangers also goes on to us being scattered into those strange lands away from our home, all right. Our original home, which is Israel. Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
All right, so these heathens, beginning with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, all right, they're going to be servants unto us. All right, like the scriptures say, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the faith and the patience of the saints. So Esau, Edom, everything you've done, all right, upon this earth and towards us is all going to be flipped upon you. All right. That's just ultimately just reaping what you sow.
And it finishes off and says, and they shall rule over their oppressors, which is going into what you said earlier, according to Deuteronomy 30:7. We served our enemies. Now our enemies are going to serve us.
That's right. They got a quick precept to back up Shakia. And the double a cup and the remembering and rewarding her as it rewarded us. This is Psalms 137, verse 7. It says, "Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
All right, so Esau, Edom, man, they want to get rid of the children of Israel completely. All right, back in the time of Jacob and Esau, all right, when they were getting blessed, when Esau had received his blessing, said, "Now the days are at hand where I will slay my brother Jacob." All right, and that enmity between Jacob and Esau has carried out all the way until today. I know. Look at slavery. All right, look at these cops gunning down Jake in the street. All right, the enmity is still the enmity is still there. It's been there since the beginning of the time. All right.
And that's why they're like razor. They wanted to see the destruction of Jacob, man. The children of Israel, man. They rejoiced in that. Verse 8. Yes, okay, verse 8. We got two more. Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
It says, "Oh, daughter of Babylon." What's the daughter of Babylon? America. All right. It says, "Who are to be destroyed." So ultimately, America's destruction is inevitable. All right. There's nothing that can stop it. All right. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us, because it's going to please Yahweh Bashim Yahshua to come back, all right, and destroy this wicked land, this land built upon wickedness. All right. First and foremost, for everything that's done against the children of Israel. All right. For everything that's contrary, that has for all the wickedness that has been committed upon the earth. All right, it's going to please the Lord to destroy this place completely. All right.
And why do they call us? Why does they call it the daughter of Babylon? Because they follow the philosophies and ways of ancient Babylon. Or you find the like I said, yeah, the ways of Babylon tied in today, man, in their own way,
If I recall, too, one of the richest kingdoms.
Yep.
Yep.
Go ahead, Tazkai.
Remember, they got paid for what they did to Yahushua as well.
That's right.
And now was Shaki still reading? Because it's just
yeah, we're gonna go back to him. But I did you have one that went with?
Yeah, to back you up. This is Lamentations, chapter 1. I'll go to 21 to 22. It says, "They have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou will bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me."
That's right.
Right, because at the end of the day, ultimately, none of these heathens really, care about Jake like that. I know Zechariah chapter 1 tells us that all the heathen have afforded the affliction. So each and every single one of these other heathen nations have all had a hand in the affliction of the children of Israel. All right.
Right. So what? They can't say that they ain't see what happened. They can't say that, oh, I didn't know, and they can't say this or that, because then it also say that they are glad. So they was glad that the Lord, the Lord brought us down. Then now we can have our part. We can take the glorious vessels and ultimately take them. We can destroy them, consume them. So like I said, they was glad that day came to pass, right? And to say, just to back up what you're saying, and to say, let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me for all my transgressions, for my sighs are many and my heart is faithful.
Right, because just as Yahweh Bashim Yahshua punished us for our transgressions, all right, these other heathen nations are going to catch it too. And real quick, and somebody grab the book of Jeremiah 49 verse 12 for me, because when you put it in perspective, all right, the children of Israel are like the scripture say, the apple of the Lord's eye. All right, so if the Lord punishes us for our wickedness, and we're a close people unto Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, how much more for the nations that the Lord not dealing with? All right.
Jeremiah 49 verse 12.
If I could add really quick, like you're saying, bro, because it say, as it say, do unto them as thou hast done unto me for all my transgressions. So it wasn't for no reason, right? We transgressed against Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. What a good father do, like brother said earlier, to punish you, to chastise you, to afflict you. So for all our transgressions. So imagine what the heathens do who wasn't even given the law. Now you gotta pay for all that, now you gotta pay for all that you're gonna be done. And like the Lord said, man, as he scourged our enemies, the heathens, 1,000 times more versus how he scourged us. Because why? Like we know, man, y'all are as nothing to him. Y'all are spit. He don't care about you.
Yep. So bastards on the earth, man. Y'all don't have a true father,
You see what I'm saying? So how much? So you see what he did to us. What you think he gonna do to you? That's how I was had to answer that, bro.
Go ahead, Kanaba, with that, and then we'll jump back to Shakia.
Okay, it's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 12. For thus said Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunk it.
All right, who's that talking about? All right, it's talking about you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, that cup is talking about the cup of affliction, the cup of slavery. Because had we hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Hashem Shai and follow after his ways, or we wouldn't be in the position that we're in. All right, but Deuteronomy 28 is written because it was meant to happen. All right, it told us that if we would not hearken to the voice of the Lord our power, these certain things would happen. All right, and one of those things we're having to serve our enemies, also known as slavery. All right.
And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Now the Lord is talking to Esau, Edom. All right, so just put in perspective all the wickedness that Esau, Edom has done upon this earth. All right, and the amount of time he's done it for, as long as he's done it. All right, and what he's done, first and foremost, to our Lord Yahweh Shai, y'all still got to pay for that. All right, what you've done to the nation Israel as a whole, all right, just slavery. All right, and even now, constantly gunning down Jake in the street. It's many atrocities that y'all committed towards the children of Israel. But y'all think y'all gonna get away? Y'all not. Like the scripture say, y'all shall surely drink. Y'all gonna receive double of what we received. All right.
Right.
Yep. One more.
Hey,
Read
bro.
that next. Yeah, read that next
Hey,
verse.
I'm gonna say, hey, bro. It's also remember, blasphemy of the Holy Spirit.
Yep.
Yahweh, why Yahweh shot all those things. You know what I'm saying? So just adding that, like just disrespecting the all sovereign power. Yahweh. You think he just gonna sit by and that's okay?
Hey, so we talking about the man that put himself as the Most High.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna get no judgment. Shit, they about to get taken out. they try to make themselves as the Most High. They getting taken out, man. They're crazy,
Yeah. Verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, said Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a cursed city, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste.
And also, we know we in spiritual Basra. All right, because when you go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 63, it says, "Who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra?" Because that's also talking about our Lord Yahweh Shai coming back to do a lot of killing and doing a lot of mass bloodshed. All right, so knowing that we're in spiritual Basra and said that, and the Lord said that it should become a desolation. What does that mean? All right, the Lord is going to completely and utterly get rid of Babylon, our spiritual Basra, also known as America. All right, it says, well, America goes by the names of Babylon and Basra. All right, spiritually. All right, it says, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be a perpetual waste. So also, once again, man, the Lord, he's bringing complete and utter destruction. All right, like the brother Taz brought out earlier in Malachi 4:1, it shall leave neither root nor branch. So this land you see right here now, all the skyscrapers you see, all the trees, the roads, the cars, everything you see right here, right now, you're gonna be completely and utterly wasted, and you'll never see it again. All right.
Yeah, I guess I got the Isaiah, but I'll bring that after Shaki finish. If it's still the spirit, still
Go ahead, Shaki.
All right. This is Revelation 18:7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow.
All right, because ultimately, America, off the affliction of the children of Israel, has been able to, grow massively. All right, America has been spreading, their ways, across the whole earth. All right, and ultimately, America's been getting, America's riches have been increasing. All right, it says, where she says in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. So ultimately, like the book of Psalms tells us, the inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. So ultimately, they think that nothing is going to happen. America thinks nothing's going to come to this place, right? Because they got this false image that America is going to continue on forever. That they got these plans to make America go on. Because ultimately they believe in their technology. Right? They think their technology is going to carry them forward. But ultimately, we know the Lord is going to bring all of that to naught. All right.
That's right.
I got one more.
Hey, and real quick, just to add, and right, like you said about their technology, and what are they trying to do now? They're trying to set their technology to where these elites can live forever. You know, rather they upload themselves into a robot or whatever manner they're trying to do, but they're trying to make themselves as gods on this earth, and that's why the Most High is getting ready to pull the plug on this place, man. Go ahead, Shaki.
This is Revelation 18:8 says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh, who judges her.
All right. So ultimately, all these things are going to hit America at once. All right. And we know that last and final ultimate plague to be the nuclear missiles. All right. Like the scriptures say, in 1 hour, the Lord is going to make this place desolate. All right. So this destruction that's coming to America, man, it ain't nothing sweet. All right.
Yep. That's right. Yep. Was that it on that shot?
Yeah.
Okay, Kyle. Go ahead, Tezkai.
Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1.
Hey, Slock it, Tezkai, bro. Let's get 2 more verses. I just had looked over.
Okay.
That's the spirit. Go ahead, get them next 2 verses, Shaki.
God.
Okay. Revelation 18:9 says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
All right, now let's talk about these other nations, partaking, in the ways, the philosophies, and the doctrines of America. All right. It says they shall bewail they shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Now they're not, going to cry because oh boo-hoo, America's no more, this, that, and the third. But they really, lamenting about that, they're not going to be able to get rich off America no more. All right.
Yep.
This verse 10 says, standing afar off for
the fear.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna start over. It says,
Yeah, that's fine.
Revelation 18:10 it says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
All right, so like the brother brought out in Zephaniah earlier, that speedy riddance. All right, this is what that speedy riddance is talking about. Everything, just think about it. Everything has been built and established in 200 plus years is going to come to naught just in 1 hour.
God, those other nations gonna be like Smokey and Craig on Friday. He's like, damn.
Hey, straight up
at America.
Because that's what, like I said, the elements shall melt with fervent heat, man. There's not gonna be anything over here. That's your whole periodic table.
Yeah.
And we know as us as people on this earth too. What we're made of these elements. So what does that mean for the people? They're gonna be totally into dust, man.
Hey, remember, 200 million degrees Fahrenheit.
Did you say that was from the initial explosion too?
It
gets hotter after that.
Yeah, that's the detonation, and then we don't know how hot the laser beams are.
No,
man. That's some cosmic being type thing. That's gonna be. Hey, well, we see. Esau be known because we seen that off the movie The War of the Worlds. The clothes disappeared; they were going into powder.
Yeah,
when they were running from the obviously they were like chariots, but on the ground.
When that laser hit, Tom Cruise had dust on his face.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
And if I could add, they not gonna miss.
All right.
Like in the movies, you see them being able to dodge and run under cars and go on the highway, like bridges and stuff like that, jump in water. Like that's all action packed and it all looks good. But when that time comes, you know, those who Yahweh Bashim Al Shai is called to receive that judgment, and the angels have had their eye on you to be gone, you're done. There's no hiding from the power of the Lord during that day. So like you know, I just wanted to.
No, you good. No,
Yeah.
go ahead. I see Hezekiah grinning ear to ear. Go ahead,
Yeah, I kind of just had to, and it's gonna go, especially what you said too, Kanai, because it ain't gonna be nothing you can hide under, hide from. You know, the Lord, the ones who gonna be, you know, the first rounds of slavery, He allowing you to get away. You know, so He allowing you so you can be those first fruits, you know, of slavery. Now I just looked up, right? This is the the highest melting point that's found on Earth, right? And it goes to tungsten. It says the highest melting point is at 6,177 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my goodness. That's not
Wow.
even close. Oh,
So you can't so really in that day, like I said, like there's no escape. We, like you said, bro, we composed of all the elements and all this and that. That, like I said, that melting point of the detonation for the nukes, the concentrated laser beams, far exceeds anything on Earth as far as a melting point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, you know, what I was, you could be thinking of the same thing too, or similar. So that makes me think about, you know, like with the Van Halen belt,
Mm-hmm.
right? How they say that those temperatures are from 7,000+ Fahrenheit up into 25,000. That's how we know y'all ain't going out to these places that y'all say y'all going. Ain't nothing here on Earth that can withstand that heat. Now we're talking about heat that's equivalent to the sun, or actually, it said 4 or 5 times hotter than the sun.
God.
man.
You know, like go ahead, Barzo. That's just
I actually we was on the same page because that gave me a visual of what I was thinking about. If you remember the first Fantastic Four movie, where they put the Human Torch in that chamber that couldn't be melted, and then they had to stop him because he was getting hot as the sun, and it started to melt. So yeah, that if you want a visual, that's what it was like. They had to cool him off, you know, so he wouldn't destroy that chamber and actually destroy the Earth. That's what he was going to do.
Yeah.
exactly. You know, so that's just put that in the mindset of the fun facts of like the highest melting points and the detonation of this nuclear devastation. Just the day of the Lord's wrath. How, you know, when we read down in that 18, like it, man, like that's gonna happen. The whole thing will be completely done away with. Various other parts of the world will get hit. So it's really like, you know, we said earlier with that Amos 5, like it's really no escape when it comes to that day. Like you either gonna be, you know, receive salvation, you know, the elect, but then everybody else, and not saying everybody gonna completely die, but just everybody else, if they don't have the hedge of protection, they gonna either die or be preserved for slavery.
Yeah.
It was like a double, triple whammy, you know, as far as those who ain't of the elect, like it's, you know, it's just like that just like, you know, baffled me. Just like, damn, you know, 4 to 5 times the temperature of the sun, and the highest melting point on Earth is roughly 6,200 degrees.
Precept.
And just,
Hey, real
just
quick. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
we as humans, we cry when it's over 100 degrees.
Man.
Bro, and then I said that too. Remember when you brought up about the old ancient ovens?
Yeah.
Them nukes far exceed those temperatures. But like you said, though, that's a great comparison because them ovens, it seems like it just keep getting hotter and hotter. You know, to what they say, something that naan bread or whatever can be cooked in like a second or two.
Mm-hmm.
They stick it in there, and it's done. So, like you said, just giving that general understanding, like, damn, like, man, like I said, that's gonna burn as an oven. But you know, we understand that, man, it's just gonna burn hotter than the sun when that day comes.
God.
You know, yeah.
Hey, real quick, just to add to the magnitude of what these nukes are gonna do. It says the atomic bomb that hit Nagasaki. It said it shot heat rays and heat the ground directly between 3,000 to 4,000 degrees. That ain't nothing close to a nuclear missile, and we know how destructive that was.
Right, you know, in the 40s.
Yeah,
now, imagine, you know.
It was said that after 200 degrees, your blood start to boil.
Yeah,
so that's why you're gonna be dust.
That's after 200 degrees. Yeah.
On impact, dust on impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a quick precept if y'all are done.
You go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 16. It says, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
God, so that's talking about those nuclear missiles again. He says, I have created. So it's really, Esau, Edom think he's behind this. No, the Lord is behind everything. He's behind everything. As we were discussing earlier, he creates peace and evil. Okay. He's of that perfect balance. But what he does, as he did with the Pharaoh of ancient Egypt, he's doing with the Pharaoh of modern Egypt. He's doing these things to show himself strong for his people. All right. So when the average person looks upon all of Esau's creations and what he has, that puts a fear in them. But what do they see what the Most High has? Okay,
Yeah.
It doesn't even compare.
Exactly.
When they were talking about those chariots, they said these things leave no trail, they make no sound, but they move. You don't know how fast they go.
Yep.
You said what was that? So like it was kind of static. You said the
Read the
chariots.
verse again. Oh,
No,
sorry.
when they were talking about the chariots before the report came out, they say
Okay.
these things, they don't leave a trail. Just like an airplane will leave a trail. They have no sound, and you don't know how fast they go. I was watching this clip with Joe Rogan. He said one of the chariots was sitting there watching a guy from the military, and the military person flew somewhere, and the chariot was already there waiting for him. Like, I knew what you was gonna do.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's undetectable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. And like I said, the spirit of the Lord's within those, man. That he already knows the chess move. That's like you said, he was there at this destination already,
waiting for him.
Waiting for him. Like, I already knew what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because let's just say, like, Esau is completely through because the technology that you have, everything that you've been able to create, it's the Lord's will. You're only doing what the Lord wants you to do at the end of the day,
Kind. Like he said, I will send plagues.
Yep.
The Lord said, I will send plagues. And we know those plagues, part of the plagues, the top plague is those nuclear missiles. So that's telling you right there, he's responsible for it to accomplish what he pleases.
Yep.
I got that if you want it.
Yeah, I'm about to say I got it too.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. You got it.
You sure? You tell me.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just it's a 2 Corinthians 15:5. It say, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction."
God, so and we're seeing all of that right now. We're seeing the military might over in that what they're sending over to the small hatters in the other land. Okay, the famine, we already know what's coming with the shortage. Although we saw that coming clearly when that ship got stuck in the Suez Canal over a year and a half ago. It was starting then. All right, and then he says death, and we're starting to see death at an alarming rate. Just people dying every day, and people you don't even hear about. Even on the news here, I'm seeing the death toll. Equal to Chicago. For what they say about Chicago, but it's going up constantly. So it's death everywhere and destruction. You got all these earthquakes, all these anomalies going on, landslides. What was that? A couple months ago, we saw the people ruining the ship, and a big old cliff just fell on them and smashed everybody.
Yep.
Where'd that come from?
Right. The Lord.
It came from Harp.
Right. Yeah. Right. See, yeah, I'm glad you said that. See, everybody wants
climate change, bro.
Right, exactly. Yeah, climate change. Yeah. That's just the straw that broke the camel's back. You see that bird jump on that cliff? Yeah, that's what that was just it. Nah, man. Yeah. Everybody wants to give everything the glory except for Yahweh Shem Shah, man. But that's okay though, because what? Through all this great destruction that's about to come upon this land, man, we know that Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is the one that's going to be exalted in the end.
Yep.
You know. So, well, brothers, we can end it here, or if anybody had anything else? I think
I have one more.
Oh, you got something, Yeromia? Okay, go ahead. Can I bother Yeromia?
Okay. This is the book of Galatians chapter 6, verse 7 and 8. It says, "Be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap."
Mm-hmm.
God, he says Yahweh is not mocked. Does somebody want to get that definition of mocked?
All right. The mocked is to treat with contempt or ridicule.
God, and with that contempt, that's him, believing that he's the most high, setting himself in the most highest place. All right. And it says, whatsoever a man soweth, he shall reap, as the scriptures say. And I like to bring this out, Colossians 3:25. He that doeth wrong must receive it for the wrong that he's done. But Yahweh is not a respecter of persons. Okay. So the things that you do, you're going to get back. And we already just read in Revelations, it's going to come back to you double the things that you did, because your tap, there's no amount of money that you can pay. Why would we want your reparation? And that's the thing. Jake wants reparations now when that dollar's about to crash. It's going to be no good to you. No, I like what Ezekiel 35:5-6 says. That's the reparations I want. Okay?
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
And hopefully I'm one of his battle axes to do it. So, yeah.
Last
Okay.
verse.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, bro. Oh, I just want to say real quick too, just back you up, Barzal. Jake think it's up to us as far as the reparations that we gonna receive.
Yeah.
It ain't up to us. It's up to you. How about you, Shai? The Lord said He want blood.
Yeah.
The Lord said He will do to them as they have done to us.
Yeah.
That's what we gonna stick with. We gonna ride with that.
Yeah.
I think that's in I know it's in First Samuel 2. I want to say 7. He maketh rich and maketh poor, and then he's responsible for death and riches. I think that's a Sirach somewhere. I can't remember exactly, but whatever.
I got that First Samuel.
You got it?
Yeah. It's a First Samuel chapter 2 verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up.
God, and that he maketh rich, and he bringeth low and bringeth up. That's right there. We're in all of that is we in the curses. That's part of the curses. The death. Us being the tail and not the head. And on the good side of that thing is going to reverse when those curses go from us to our enemies. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And real quick, hey, we gonna look. I want to stick with the one that says, "Hey, what it said, Jeremiah 49:13 again." He said, "For I have sworn by myself," and we know the Lord is not one. He's a man; he should lie. He put it on himself. He's about to lay down waste to these people, man. That's
what we told our forefather. He said, "I couldn't find nothing else to swear by but myself. I couldn't find anything to swear by."
That's right. Hey, straight up. Hey, he put it on himself. So, hey, he ain't gonna let himself down. Come on now.
That's
you better get with the program. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You better repent, man, because the Lord's about to do his thing, man.
I have one more verse.
Yep.
One more verse. Okay, then we got you.
One more verse. Yeah, it says Galatians chapter 6, verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
God, that's when you sow to when you're carnal and not spiritual, you're going to reap that corruption. Okay. Now we know Jake that's of the 2/3 right now. He's going to pay for that. But ultimately, he's going to be have everlasting salvation once he comes back through the elect. Okay, the elect of the elect. All right. And so and if when you sow into that flesh, it's going to reap corruption. Mm-hmm. It's going to reap corruption. You have to go according to the Spirit.
Right.
But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting.
God, and that's Jake right there. Okay, we're the ones who are going to have that everlasting life if we sow into the Spirit. You know, and it's outlined in Galatians 5 how we walk in the Spirit, on top of having faith and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. All right,
that's right. Hey, which that's how we show it, and us by us trying to do the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability is what showing our faith. You know,
God.
it goes hand in hand. You know, is that it?
That was it. That was
Okay.
it.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Khan, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 16. It says, "And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death."
So pretty much Esau, Edom, you know, speaking as a man, that's your ass, because as the scriptures say, Jeremiah 50 and 33, Judah and Israel are pressed together in Babylon. And as we discussed earlier, Babylon, this
I got that right. Actually, I'm in that right quick.
You got
I'll
it?
bring it up. Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's Jeremiah 50 and 33 says, "Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go."
Khan, and that refusal to let us go, that goes back to what you just brought up. We're found in his hand. Okay, we're found in his hand. And we know that this is not ancient Babylon, because it was just Judah, Levi and Benjamin in ancient Babylon. Okay, they were the other 10 tribes were already gone. Okay, this is the first. This is the only time we've been together since our captivity in Egypt. Okay,
and that's why, and then that goes to show you. That's why where you see the Southern Kingdom, you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, you're gonna see what? You're gonna see the Northern Kingdom, you so-called Mexicans, on down. Puerto Ricans, we're all in the same ghettos, we're all in the same hoods, man. You're always gonna, if you find one, you're gonna find the other.
God, like you said, oppressed together. They got some of the Northern Kingdom at the border in those cages, locked up, separated their families. Still killing us over here. Same thing with the Native Americans. You finding out they have as many women coming up missing as a so-called black woman. Okay.
Yep. Especially when you go out to like Northwest and out there in the big country states. Yeah, man.
Yep. And then even though Canada is not America, it's right on the border. They found all those Gad kids. Those bones and stuff in those schools.
Yep. That's why North, Central, and South America, all of them got to be.
Yeah.
And then,
even though the main is America.
Slacky, brother.
No, you good. Go ahead. I'm on.
Yeah, but the Exodus 21, man, that slave auction is a prime example of that. All right. Y'all was still Israelite children. All right, put them in a slave auction. Selling this buck for like 50. Going for 50, 100, going for 100, going anybody for 150. This, that, and the third. All right, now then y'all will sell them and ship them off to other plantations. So due to that, all right, based upon the scripture, y'all supposed to be put to death. All right, but we know that the Lord Yahweh is building up his tab against y'all. All right, and once the Lord, lets y'all wickedness and y'all let's all that come to a full. All right, everything you've done to us come to a full. All right, hey man, the Lord's gonna let us reward you back double. All right, first and foremost with our Lord Yahweh Shah, because he gonna get his vengeance first. All right. The Lord ain't forget what y'all did to his younger brothers, all right, his younger sisters. All right, he's seen all of that. Y'all will truly pay. All right, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
That's right.
Got a quick one.
That's right.
Go ahead. Whoever want to go first, Hezekiah Kanaba. Go ahead.
I'll have a precept. I just have one to.
Oh, you want to say something?
Yeah, just bring bring this to light. For those who don't know, like the brother you just read from Jeremiah 50 and 30, whereas again, when you get to the book of the next chapter, these was letters written by Jeremiah given to Sariah to speak to the inhabitants of Babylon in this time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we gotta understand that those are letters for this time, because like as we go into the history with the Babylonians, remember the Assyrians, the empire before, which they both the same people, but the Assyrian empire took the majority of the northern kingdom.
Yep.
They led them captives into their land, and then of course then they broke off and came over here to Arsareth or America. But in the Babylonians, they had the majority of the southern kingdom. Yep. So let's understand with that Jeremiah 50, that's telling you, this is a future event to where there's going to be a press together, which we know through the Spirit is us Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Speckled Bird too, but just those three primary groups. We are the Israelites who are oppressed together under who? The Babylonians, again, being the daughter of Babylon, the Babylonians, which is Esau, the Edomites, the white man. So that's what saying, yeah, Jeremiah wrote that to Sariah, say when you get there, say this to them, this and that. So these were letters from 49 to 51 of Jeremiah, which pretty much talk about this present time that we're living in right now.
God, and to your point, it mentions Edom in there, and we know that Edom was not responsible for the ancient Babylonian captivity as well.
Mm-hmm.
They just, like I said, they just took part and helped.
Right.
They was the main ones getting the extras. They was the main ones who burned down the temple.
Burned down everything.
You know what I'm saying? So it's them same spirits, because they got a thing with doing that, burning down the temple. That's bringing desolation to the temple. Profaning it, defiling it with the Greeks, and then Roman. You know what I'm saying? With them as well. The desolation of abomination. You know what I'm saying? The same people. So yeah, not take away from the Babylonians. Yeah, y'all got paid too. Y'all led the charge, but Esau, being how he is, he ain't help us out. What he gonna do? He ain't help us. He gonna help the enemy.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna help your brother. I'm gonna help the enemy. Oh, well, the Lord got a bone to pick with you. And like you said, you're going to have war with you from generation to generation, and rightfully so, because y'all ain't right.
Yep. That's right. Go ahead, Kanaba.
Yep. So just to go back up, the slavery, and us being in captivity and in the hands of Esau Edom. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 3. Just going straight to the point. It says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
You go ahead, bro.
Yep. So, like I said, they, when we were scattered and brought over here into the Americas, we were, auctioned off, and scattered throughout all the lands, and the boys, of course, were used as bucks to push forth, bringing more, the best bucks to bring in more seed into the world to continue on, the strongest ones, that they could actually bring through to forward their agenda. And then, of course, the girls sold for wine, and they had their pleasure, took pleasure upon, our women. And again, the whole thing is we've been auctioned off, and we've been in the hands of Esau Edom, and these are the things in which they've done while we've been under their control, in which Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has scattered us and put us under subjection to them. And again, if we continue on under them, things like this will continue to be.
Right. Yeah.
Not only them little girls, shit, they're taking the little boys too, man. They're doing all manner of wickedness to our people, man.
Yeah, that's going to go into that harlot part. We know what a harlot is,
Yep.
Sold them as a harlot, because we know that they had those farms where they was penetrating our young boys,
Yep. They had nasty orgies, man. They were doing all manner of events. See, and that's why we know that those the same Greek, them same Romans. Hey, they all the same people, man. Doing this shit all over again. Same spirits, man.
Mm-hmm. They actually showed us in a movie. We put it in the group about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Uncle Tom's Cabin or something like that.
Yeah, I think
but that was it. That was it, Hezekiah.
Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah, Goodbye, Uncle Tom. And that was Joel 3 everything. Everything was like right there in the movie. I couldn't believe they actually showed that, but they did at that time. So, but that's because they were proud.
That's part of the Lord making them bear, man. Making them, their own tongue shall fall upon themselves. Man. That's it. All right, brothers. Well, I think
you're wrong. You still have more.
No, I brought that up. No, that's all I had to bring up.
Okay.
What? You got something?
Yeah, I got additional. I got one more.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
It's the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
You go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. So,
go ahead. You want me to go ahead, brother?
No, Yeah, man. Hey, Esau Edom, he's being revealed, man, because the wicked that is talking about in the scripture is the nation of Edom, man. Esau Edom, man, the whole nation who the self-proclaimed so-called white man. All right, that's governing the earth in wickedness, man, and league with the other nations. It says whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. All right. So the Lord is revealing this man by way of what? His prophets, man. All right, we going through this man's whole transcript. All right, here in these last days, this man, he's being revealed. All right, he's being revealed to the world. All right, to who he is, man. All right, and he was what? All right, he's the devil that the Bible speaks of, man.
That's right.
All right, it says and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. All right, so hey, man, Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai. All right, when Yahweh sends his son Yahweh Shai to judge the earth, all right, Yahweh Shai, he's gonna come after Edom, man, just like how Hezekiah like to say, Yahweh Shai got a bone to pick with these people, man. All right, and he's gonna destroy them off the face of the earth. All right, by way of what? All right, the thermonuclear ICBM missiles that these other nations are building. All right, that actually want to go up against America, and also Yahweh Shai himself, man, he's gonna come with the host of angels. All right, and he's gonna come with the host of angels, and they're gonna disintegrate America, man, literally, man.
That's right.
God, if I may add, you said that those other nations that build them. No, they got them.
Yeah,
they got them. Russia has not held back in showing that they got theirs. Okay, and then they talked about the number of hit. I'm sure you know about it. You the destruction guru. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, because you can look up a list of countries that got them.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other countries who have nuclear capability that they don't put out in the mainstream or in the forefront.
Yep.
So that's all I was just saying. Like it's like places that you wouldn't even think of. Of course they part of the beast, but it's just small countries you wouldn't even think of. Oh, they got some too. They got some of this and that. Like for example, remember Turkey, right? They said that they had seized 40 nukes from. I think it was 40 nukes from NATO, from the U.S. But countries with nuclear capability, they're not up there.
Nope.
But they got them. You know what I'm saying? They possession.
Nope.
So that's all. Just like you said, but like I said, they got them already. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't, they be, of course they be having their parades and shit and marching up and down the street, but that's not. You know what I'm saying? The American thing. Oh, they just showing. They're just boasting in their pride. They take a page out of your book. But the thing is, this is a land that dwelleth carelessly. These people think that nothing like that ever happened. Our defense systems is top of the art, grade A, S tier. We'll never have to worry about anything. And they don't know that they are lacking when it comes to the military prowess around the world.
Yeah.
But that's all I was just saying. Go ahead, brother.
Didn't they test one last summer and it didn't work?
Yeah, it failed.
Yeah.
But look, bro, I'm gonna say this. This is the pride of these people. I got an article, right? And it's saying that they test one successfully.
Yeah.
Now they, what I'm saying? Now they tested one successfully. You see, hey, that's the face. That's the face I made. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now you tested one successfully, but it's other countries like, India and all these, and even Pakistan and Russia trying to they got theirs.
Yeah.
But then, like you said last year, they failed, but now all of a sudden, quote unquote, they tested one successfully.
Right.
Like you said, bro, side face. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to hear that.
They working with that hammer tech from Iron Man.
Funny, man.
They alliance anything to make themselves appear to still be on top. And that's okay. Yeah, you still consider the hammer of the earth, but at the end of the day, the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai, through his son, is gonna break that hammer. He gonna break the staff. He gonna break the scepter. He gonna break your power. Just like I thought about this earlier, and I should have said it. Just like we go into Malachi, let's say they shall build, but I shall throw down. Meaning what? The Lord is the only one that's gonna be able to throw down Esau, Edom. That's why these other nations have not done it yet. But even in the end all be all, he gonna use them in the nations to turn against them, and then they will. But I only have to wait for the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai for that to even happen.
Yep. And that's why, it's funny because that's why you'll see people on the comment boards, like if you pay attention when they're talking like nuke talk and stuff, you got people that are proclaiming that nukes aren't even real. They think it's a myth. Well, just because they haven't been used yet doesn't make them a myth. There's a reason, because it's all the Lord's time, and they don't realize that,
God.
So, all right. Well, with that, go ahead and close us out, Barzal.
All right. With that, we hope this lesson was edifying for the body. Once again, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba Babal.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.